Hey Brian. Okay, so first I apologize. Normally I start these videos showing the watch as it was when we began. And I've already started taking this thing apart. Uh, so here we are. So here's the big thing that we're going to be looking for. We obviously had some rust, some water in here. There's a fair amount of grossness. I don't know what that's going to mean for us to find out, but it never makes me happy to see this much moisture in here. Your lower mainspring arbor port is certainly damaged, but we knew that already. A little bit of damage here, little flakies of rust, but that could be so much worse. I see some corrosion around this pivot right here, so I'm not sure how this is going to look. That could have gotten eaten away. I don't know. We're going to see. We shall see. Yeah, look at this. I mean, it's so... Your mainspring arbors are so worn that this whole assembly has been coming up and rubbing on the underside of the winding bridge. Yeah. Gnarly. You can see the mark there from that happening. Woof. Okay, well, let's keep digging. So this is always fun to see. So you can see under here, this black stuff, that's the S2 Seiko lubricant, old and dirty and gross, that's been working its way out of the mainspring barrel right there. But here you can see that the lower mainspring arbor port is so worn that that ratchet wheel was tipping over and grinding into the top of the bridge. That's always a great sign. I've seen that many times before. I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm going to be real interested to pull that and see what we find. Yikes. Okay. Okay, well, here's the underside, and you can see the rust and also the terrible wear on the upper mainspring arbor bushing. It's rare to see them that blown out. It's not only into the brass, it's really digging in. Both of these metal bushings, because the 6309s, all the bottom ones are jeweled, but the upper two are just these metal bushings. Both of these are pretty well blown out because you get all the rust and filth, and it mixes in with the old grease, and it creates this thing called a cutting slurry. And you probably can't really see it, but these are both ovaled out. Like this one especially is really badly ovaled out, pushed out. So we're looking at repair or replace these two bushings, this entire jewel. You can see that it was tipping over so far that, again, that barrel was cutting into the bottom of the bridge. Honestly, if it were me, it would probably be faster and less expensive to simply replace the entire bridge, which is what I would recommend. Other than that, we're going to have labor and parts to repair these things and this. I would just replace the whole bridge. You can see the rust got everywhere, all this dusty crap. So I'm going to see what we see on the bottom side. So much fun. There you go. You can see the lower mainspring arbor port. I have the barrel upside down so you can see this stuff. This again is the S2 lubricant that Seiko used inside their mainspring barrels, but it just turns into this like metal shavings packed dry powder stuff, and it's pretty abrasive. Pretty gross, but we're going to get rid of it, and we'll replace that lower mainspring arbor with jewel, and I'll machine that out and get that taken care of. Lower jewels look okay. I looked at them, gave them a cursory look over, but I'll look at them more closely once we get it done. Well, here's your problem. Where the water was getting in was right through your bad crown seal. You see all that rust and gross, greasy, filthy garbage crap. There it is. And that's where it's coming in, but I'll get that all cleaned up and we'll be amazed at the difference. Yikes. Real quick look at your dial. Somebody cranked the watch closed with the chapter ring misaligned, and it bent down. This is the tab that locks in with the underneath of the chapter ring, and that all got bent down. So I'm gonna have to straighten this out. It's not a big deal, but you need to be aware that it happened. You got a little bit of loom damage here, a little bit of peppering here, and I'll clean that as best as I can, but those are probably going to stay to some degree. But the big thing really to worry about is this, but it should be fine. I just wanted you to see it.
Oh,
Okay, here are your day and date wheel. Um, this, we can see that the date wheel, this is one of the teeth underneath it got caught and bent down. So I'm going to need to repair that one, and hopefully that'll turn smoothly. These are kind of recalcitrant for some reason when repairing them, but this one, yeah, it got severely bent down and it's been grinding for a while. Also, and this is just a curiosity thing, this right here, this is your day wheel. The star wheel that it's on is plastic. I've never seen that before, that I can ever remember. I don't ever remember seeing a plastic day wheel. That's some crazy stuff. That black plastic in the middle. Every other one I've ever seen is metal. I mean, later they went to plastic, sure, later on. Maybe this is a late servicing part, but I've just never seen that before. That's wacky. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a little tough to see. I'm trying to get this to the point that we can see it here. See that jewel right in the middle there? See that sort of line that's pointing to the top left? That's a crack. This is your center wheel jewel. Your center wheel and pinion goes right through that, and the cannon pinion sits on top of it. Anyway, that jewel, you can see the crack. It's that bright line heading up to the top left. That's cracked, so we have to replace that jewel. The rest of the jewels look okay, but that jewel is a goner. Okay, and there it is. There's the new jewel in place. You've got the old one is going to be coming back to you in the packet of parts, but so you can look at it, but there's the new one. Good to go. Okay, so this is your date driving wheel. I'm trying to get this in focus here for you. Come on. Sorry. Would you stop it? I don't know. No, I had this in focus before. Well, there you can kind of see it. See that tooth right at what would be 9 o'clock if this was a clock? See that smashed tooth right there? That is this date driving wheel is bad, so that's going to need to be replaced. Okay. Well, we're in the process of going back together. I just thought I'd sort of show this off a little bit. So there's this jewel in place. You can't see the new center wheel jewel because it's underneath there, but trust me, it's there. Everything is clean. You still have some of the scratching and scarring over there, but it's nothing major. And now that it's clean, I mean, it's not in a functional area, so it doesn't really matter. Crown and everything came out well. That was actually a lot of work to get clean. It's amazing. You have to, when you have this kind of rust and stuff like this, especially in here, and you got to get in there with really fine pegwood and really work it over to get everything out. But the front is put back together. Day and date worked great. I was able to repair the day wheel. Okay, so here she is running in. The winding bridge is not on, so you would normally see a winding bridge on top of here, but I wanted to show you this. This is the new bridge, and I also upgraded this bridge with a jewel in the center wheel here. This bushing is the one that typically tends to wear out a lot, and your fourth wheel, which is this wheel right here, the pinion sits in here, was already a little worn from that corrosion, but it was still usable. But I didn't want to put metal on metal, so it's got a jewel in here now, and that's great because that's a permanent fix. There she is, running along. Okay, let's push ahead. Well, there we go. I'm glad that you decided to keep the watch all original. It's I mean, we could have worked to have redone that, but this watch has a lot of history on it, and you're the original owner, and you want to pass it to your son, and there's a lot to be said about originality. So this is I mean, and the hand metal is I'm sorry, the hand metal is good. The loom is damaged, but You know, that's what Wabi Sabi is all about. It shows the evidence of its past service and its history. I did need to restore this pip. The plastic pip had actually fallen out completely, and the loom was completely gone. So what I did is I re-loomed this with my Avintaloom to match basically the color somewhere between these hands to sort of have it look as though nothing had ever happened to it. Everything, I mean, the case is actually in great condition functionally. It screws down nicely. Time sets as it ought to. Day date works as it should. The movement's in great condition. All the sealing surfaces are excellent. Your bezel clicks along nicely. Smooth to turn, but it also grips as it should, so it doesn't move around. It's not rattly at all. It's a good watch. It's original and it shows its history. So it's ready to go. So let's see what we've got here. Here are the parts. Though your crystal seal is actually over there, I would need to run away and get it. There's your old rotating ring seal. So, I mean, all told, we had the lower mainspring arbor port need to be done, upper mainspring arbor bushing repair, and those things got done. Here is your old train bridge with the damage on it. You can see the damage and the wear right over here. And there that is. And that's gone. Here's the old center wheel jewel. See that little thing right there? This is the date driving wheel with the bent tooth. And then we have your old crystal and let's see, 1, 2, 3 seals. There's actually 4 seals, but the other one's over there. I need to go and get it. But that's it. Other than that, it's original. That plus the labor to clean up all this stuff, but man, it's ready to go. Okay. Well, I'm excited for you to get this back, and thank you so much.